Hello, everyone, and welcome back. With that match being over, we say goodbye to Last Huzzah, and I am super annoyed that you stole the Last Huzzah joke. I have been waiting from the beginning of this tournament to say, well, this Last Huzzah just made their Last Huzzah. I think we all have, but you guys just had the drop on me on being the commentators for the match. But
you need some better pun PvP.
Yes.
Yeah.
But overall, a good match, a good performance from Last Huzzah as well. They're a really solid tournament team. Providence Wizards pulling out a surprisingly strong setup and doing surprisingly
very well. I mean, the Last Huzzah team.
We have the stats up on the screen while we talk about the match.
The Last Huzzah team, definitely that boundary violation crippled them a lot. That lost them a lot of damage that they could have used, but they also messed up with the primary calls.
I kind of think that also this is a match that was heavily dictated by the setup choices. I mean, I kind of think that regardless of the boundary violation, Providence was in really good shape in this match. I was thinking when we were talking about the Golem ban before the match, and I was wondering, does the Golem ban say a little bit to the other team, it might be smart to bring a Marauder?
It actually might.
I mean, in this case, they did ban the Golem because the Golem is awful for their setup. Not, it does a lot of the same things the Vargur does, but it doesn't have any range limitation. So that really kills your kiting mojo if you just can get hit from anywhere on the field. But the Vargur does it pretty well also. I mean, it presents a lot of the same problems, and so would a Paladin, and so would any of the others except the Chronos, really. So I wonder if that
it's very possible.
Golem ban maybe think strongly about bringing a
It
Vargur.
even might indicate bring a Vargur and put an extra tracking enhancer on it. Because it might mean that this is a team that is really worried about something that can hit you all the way across the arena. So get as close to that as possible. And the Vargur, of course, can hit you across the arena. It just doesn't hit you at full damage, while the Golem does hit you at full damage at that range.
Another interesting choice in their bans, I mean, banning an Ishtar, which would fit really well into their setup, but I guess they just wanted Helas instead.
They might have been trying to pull a fast one. Distract, say, oh, you know what, we're not going to bring a kiting drone team. Look, we banned the Ishtar. Who would ever ban the Ishtar and bring a kiting drone team? Which can be very smart. In this case, though, it just didn't work out for them. This, I don't think, was a team from Providence Wizards that was really designed to beat, as a hard counter for kiting drone teams. It's a team that can beat a lot of things, I think. If you can keep those frigs alive, then you can actually do a whole lot. And so it was good to see them using it very effectively and pulling out the win.
Yep. I think they surprised a lot of people with their performance in this tournament. They've been doing really, really solid work in their matches so far. They obviously dropped one match, but in the losers bracket, they've been going on a tear.
Yes, and they've been doing it with very good setups all the way through. They're in a lot of ways like ISN in that way, that even in matches that they lose, they're actually doing it with good setups and pretty good execution.
Yeah.
So there isn't anything that we can point out to them as like, oh, you're doing this really wrong, therefore I'm going to lower it. It's not like so Gerodian, for instance, which is coming up next, they made a lot of bad decisions in their last match.
Yeah.
And so that definitely, I mean, I'm sure there's still a team that's very capable of doing good things,
definitely.
but that makes me lean more towards Rep Cartel.
Yeah.
There's been no kind of mistakes like that from Providence Wizards.
Jordan last match was against Epic Fins. They brought 3 Dominixes.
That was the really ridiculous match.
Oh yeah, where they're like MJDing
around, where they used all the Dominixes to kill everything but the Scimitar first, or the it wasn't even a Scimitar, it was a Scythe. So they like what the Dominixes do so well is killing logistics cruisers.
Yeah.
They kill the Tech 1 logistics cruisers even better than the Tech 2.
Yeah.
You just expect them to alpha it off.
Yep.
They shoot at the Caracal, they kill it, but it takes twice as long as it would have because of the fact that it's getting reps. Then they switch to the Curse. They kill it, but it still takes longer than it would have because of the reps. Then they finally kill the Scythe, and by then they've lost a Dominix.
They also lost all their support before that. So they were like suddenly 3 Domis.
To be fair, their support was not...
This was the hero Claymore that was running around.
The hero Claymore that appeared to have burned out its micro-warp drive. They was slow boating 100 kilometers to the other Domi.
But let's look at the bans for this next match, which is Gerodian versus the Reputation Cartel. Gerodian banned out the Claymore and the Slipner. So we're not going to be seeing another hero Claymore from Gerodian. And the Reputation Cartel banned out the Ishtar and the Dominix, not surprising.
Yep. Banning out the Dominix, I think, is a very, very good choice against that Gerodian team. They definitely relied heavily on a setup that the Dominixes kind of survived to the end of. It's a setup that's built around, sure, if we lose everything else, our Dominix can still just micro-jump all over the field.
Yeah. So the match is ready, and we're catching up to our schedule, which is really good. So let's just dive straight in. Predictions, CCP Rise.
I'm going with Rep Cartel on this one.
I'm going to go with Rep Cartel as well, and I know CCP Vesna Prishna on the Russian stream is saying the opposite, but he is wrong.
Yes. I'm going to go with the Rep Cartel as well.